round picks for DeJounte Murray. And Atlanta also got Dyson Daniels out of the deal, and the Great Barrier Thief leads the league in steals 20 games into the season. And there was optimism because Zion Williamson played a career-high 70 games last year, but he suffered a hamstring injury in the play-in tournament. He is also injured to begin this season, so injuries continue to be the story for New Orleans. No Zion, no Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones is out, and so is Jose Alvarado. Those are all major pieces of this team. Where the Knicks, they're banged up, but a lot of it is coming outside the starting rotation. New Orleans did get C.J. McCollum and DeJounte Murray back in the last week and a half, but it hasn't been enough to stop a 7-game losing streak. And head coach Willie Green has had to put together 15 different starting lineups in his first 21 games this season. That has never happened before to any team in NBA history. Here is tonight's starting lineup for the Pelicans. Willie Green is in year 4 on the bench. DeJounte Murray is the starting point guard. This is his 8th season out of Washington. He's 28 years old from Seattle, playing in just his 4th game of the season. He missed 17 with a fractured left hand. One of the biggest trade acquisitions in the Western Conference this offseason. He might have been able to say that about the entire NBA, if not for the Karl Anthony Towns trade. C.J. McCollum at the 2 guard in his 12th year out of Lehigh, coming off a season-high 30-point effort on Friday in Memphis. And then Javonte Green, who's on a 1-year vet minimum deal, he's going to start his 10th consecutive game. During his previous 9, he's averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, and shooting 26% from 3. But an athletic guard who can give scorers like Jalen Brunson some trouble on the defensive end. Then at the 4, it's the sharpshooter Trey Murphy in his 4th year out of Virginia. Although Murphy's not shooting it all that well this year, just 29% from downtown. But the last time he was here, he nailed 6 3-pointers as part of a blowout win for the Pelicans, although the Knicks did not have Jalen Brunson nor OG Anunoby in that game. And then in the middle, one of the more impressive rookies in the league, it's Yves Missi out of Baylor, a 6'11" center, born in Belgium, grew up in Cameroon. He was the 21st overall pick this summer, and the 20-year-old big man leads all rookies with 4 double-doubles this season for the 4-16 New Orleans Pelicans. As for the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau hasn't had to get creative at all with the starting lineups. This will be the 19th time in 20 games he's been able to put this exact lineup together. Jalen Brunson in the 7th year out of Villanova is the point guard. Scored 11 of his 31 points in the 4th quarter on Friday. Mikal Bridges, defensively against the Hornets, according to NBA.com on Friday, held opponents to 2 for 11 shooting and forced 3 turnovers, but he gave the ball away a few too many times down the stretch as his 7th year out of Villanova continues. OG Anunoby at the 3 in year 8 out of Indiana after scoring 40 points on Monday in Denver, a career high. He's 6 for his last 26 from the field, 0 for his last 12 from 3. But I get the feeling some home cooking is going to serve him well tonight. Then Josh Hart at the other wing, 8th year out of Villanova, coming off his first double-double in the last 4 games. He scored 13 points and added 12 rebounds. And Hart's now one of 8 players in the league averaging at least 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists, joining the likes of Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jason Tatum, and LeBron James. Karl Anthony Towns in year 10 out of Kentucky. He'll run the 5. He had a frustrating afternoon on Friday in Charlotte. 4 offensive fouls, but still managed 19 points and 12 rebounds. Hit his first corner 3 of the entire season, which was a major moment, answering back on a Brandon Miller 3 to keep the Knicks in that game early. When it's game time, it's telly time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. City edition uniform for the Knicks, mostly white with a big blue stripe down both sides. That's got a orange trim. And on the front, it's kind of that double New York. It says New York in blue, and then just underneath it with plenty of overlap, it's New York in orange. Pelicans in a navy blue with gold numbers, letters, and trim as Karl Anthony Towns wins the opening tip, and Jalen Brunson will bring it across midcourt from left to right. Gets it to Hart, who's defended by C.J. McCollum. Now Anunoby connects with Towns out high. He'll face up. Pump fakes on Misi. Takes him to the rim. Double team comes from Green. Stripped him out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knicks with 9 to shoot.
So one of my things when we talked to Pat O'Keefe pregame, my simple key tonight, y'all, was don't play around. This is a team who the projected starting lineup has not even shared the floor together in the New Orleans Pelicans. The biggest reason I don't think the Knicks should have any reason to play around is they don't have anybody capable of guarding Karl-Anthony Towns as he lines up for 3.
Missed it short from the right wing. Brunson saved the rebound from the baseline, but whipped it right to Trey Murphy. He'll glide into the front court from left to right, stop to the near baseline, flipped it out to DeJounte Murray. One-hand bounce pass to the far side wing from McCollum. Step back 3 over Brunson, in and out. Rebound Misi, one of the best rookie rebounders in the NBA. Pass across the court is tipped out of bounds to the near sideline with 9 to shoot. It stays with New Orleans.
Now, DeJounte Murray has posed some problems for the Knicks in previous uniforms when he was with Atlanta, in fact. So he's someone that the Knicks have to be prepared to guard.
He's been the centerpiece of 2 blockbuster trips in his career. First from San Antonio to Atlanta, now from Atlanta to New Orleans. Trey Murphy, near side corner, stripped by Hart, but got it back, but he stepped out of bounds on the near sideline. Only had 2 to shoot anyway, as the Knicks forced the first turnover of the day.
Knicks on the right side of the turnover column so far. I am a fan.
You almost saw it coming. A sleepy start on Friday, final day of an 11-day road trip. Noon tip against a shorthanded Charlotte team the day after Thanksgiving. They turned it over 8 times in the first quarter.
Yeah, I know you and I are having a little bit of a discussion as Mikal Bridges gets that mid-range jumper to fall from the right wing. 21 turnovers was what the box score said on Friday. I understand that it's been amended since.
Yes, they deleted 2 turnovers, so 19 giveaways to the Knicks in that game. So their season high is still the 21 against Chicago in that heartbreaking loss. Trey Murphy launches a 3 and rattles it in for the near side wing over Anunoby. So it's 3-2 Pelicans.
Trey Murphy is a promising young pro. I know that this Pelicans organization is excited about him. He's sort of the Swiss Army knife style of NBA player in terms of his size.
Anunoby defended by Murphy on the right side. He'll step back and misses a long 2. Yeah, Murphy, he was on the minds of Knicks fans in the offseason thinking about maybe bringing him in. He was due for a contract. The Pelicans said, no, we're paying him 4 years, $112 million. Now, Misi misses a layup on the near side. Good contest from Anunoby. It's Josh Hart on the other end, right side wing. Picked up by the 7-footer Yves Misi. Passes to his left for Brunson, sets a screen for him on the wing. Pocket pass back to Hart. Floater from the free throw line is good, and he took a bump, but no call. It's 4-3 Knicks.
We heard a lot in the last 2 matchups about the pick and roll between Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson, which is terrific in the league, but Josh Hart is also an option in that same action.
Driving kick to the corner, swing to the top of the key. They'll whip it around to the near corner for Murphy. 3-pointer blocked by Anunoby. The loose ball picked up by Towns. Anunoby off to the races. Steps through McCollum. Righty layup, no, but he got hammered by Misi, and they call the foul this time. So the game's first free throws belong to OG Anunoby at the basket to our right.
The aggressiveness by Anunoby, getting right to the paint, using his strength and athleticism to finish between 2 defenders. Look, he's had a really rough go from behind the three-point line since his stellar performance in, wait a minute, what city were we in?
Denver, Colorado.
There you go. Yeah, his big-time performance in Denver, his 40 ball. He's been 0 of 13 from 3 since then. And so I think for him, similar to the way we discussed Mikal Bridges in the pregame show, if he can get back to his defensive energy, if he can get to the rim and get some high-quality looks, I think the three-point shooting will find its way back.
He missed the first foul shot. Second one is up and good, so 5-3 Knicks. Both Anunoby and Bridges have had strong drives from the right side of the paint in the early going. Bridges wound up falling away as we've become so accustomed to and nailed the 10-footer. Anunoby got fouled and got 1 of 2 free throws. Murray at the E in New York near the center court logo. Gets a screen from McCollum. He'll fade up high and receives the pass with 4 to shoot. Tries to cross over Anunoby. He'll take him into the paint. Towns over to help. Forced a tough layup and it's missed. Anunoby gets the rebound. Bridges now saunters to the top of the key. He'll set up on the far side wing. Misi picks him up. He'll walk into a 3 from the wing. Left it short. Rebound Murray. But you like the confidence from Bridges shooting early off the dribble. Murray behind the back. Pick and slip with Misi. They'll double team him. Now Towns drops down low to cover the big man with 12 to shoot.
This is good defense by Mikal Bridges on DeJounte Murray. I know that's been a point of discussion.
Stayed right with him, and he had to give it up to Murphy, who takes Brunson into the paint. Pump fake up and under. Altered by Towns. Tipped the rebound to himself off the backboard, and Brunson's off to the races. He'll knife into the paint. Drive the kick. Anunoby open 3. Missed it wide right from the right corner. Rebound New Orleans, but a couple Pelicans get tangled up fighting over a French fry, and the ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Knicks will take over.
Pelicans better be careful now. They already got some crazy voodoo with all these injuries. Don't run into each other.
It's more of a seagull thing, the French fry battle on the beach. So, no offense to the Pelican species.
Literally was like, where did that come from?
I'm not sure.
Thank you for explaining.
Now, producer Ray Santiago.
Again, I was about to talk to Ray over the air.
He's suggesting it was perhaps some New Orleans voodoo.
No, I said that.
Monica apparently said that. Here is Karl Anthony Towns on a power drive, and he got fouled as he crossed from the far elbow to the near block. And a fist pump from Josh Hart on the back end of that play. You can tell this team talked about attacking early, and so did you, Monica, when the broadcast began. This is a really good sign for the Knicks.
I also think Karl Anthony Towns got a little extra love from the Madison Square Garden crowd when he did a push-up as he got up off the baseline, demonstrating that he's just so strong.
Yeah, wow. He can do a push-up.
He can do a push-up.
Very impressive.
Can you do a push-up, Tyler?
I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
I do modified push-ups for the record. All right, back to basketball. Listen, going downhill versus a team, frankly, I said this as we started. Yves Missi, I'm excited about that young man. I think he's got a really bright future. And even Daniel Tice to a degree, even the best defenders in the league have struggled to guard Karl Anthony Towns. And so not just Towns, I think the Knicks in general should be looking to attack the paint in this ballgame. Herb Jones is their best on-ball defender. He is still out with an injury, with a shoulder injury.
Towns cashes in, makes both free throws. So he got 2 points. Murray off the dribble 3, missed it from the top of the key. Towns the rebound. Another double-double for him on Friday. He's already got 4 boards today. 7-3 Knicks, just under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Brunson near side wing defended by Jeremiah Robinson Earl, who just checked into the game. Gets it up top to Hart near midcourt. 5 seconds to shoot. He'll take Green to the far elbow. Step back jumper is good. And then he points to somebody. I believe that's over to the bench of the Pelicans. Otherwise, he was pointing right in Green's face. Now, Green is open in front of the Knick bench for a corner 3. He missed the triple short. And rebound number 5 for Towns. Now Brunson to the far side wing. McCollum defending him. Pick and roll with Towns. He'll take the three-pointer. That's good. Jalen Brunson buries a triple from the top of the key. And the Knicks have a 12-3 lead.
This is the type of start that I anticipated in this one. You've got multiple Knicks in the scoring column. They've been aggressive in the paint, and Jalen Brunson is both playmaking and scoring.
McCollum looks to answer. Left point triple.
Yikes.
Brick off the backboard, far side of the rim. It came to Bridges. He'll take it to the far side break. Backed up on Murphy. Dishes to Towns, who hands it right back to him. Now a pass to Brunson on the right point. Marked by DeJounte Murray, one of the better on-ball defenders in the NBA. Fake handoff from Towns. Will take it to the rim. Finger roll is good with the right hand. Now you see it. Now you don't. Beautiful ball fake at the top of the circle. And Towns forces a timeout from Willie Green. It's 14-3 Knicks.
I saw a whole lot of that in my mind's eye watching film of the last 3 games. I watched a half of each game. I didn't watch all 3. But Karl Anthony Towns should have a field day tonight. And that was just an example of how powerful he can be in the paint.
The Tom Thibodeau of broadcasting, Monica McNutt. Been grinding tape all week to get ready for this one. It is 14-3 Knicks with 6:46 to go in the opening quarter. We're back after this. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Your basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking Spurs, and clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I'd say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
The most important person in sports is you, the fan.
Let me tell you something. I'm a real fan.
And your place for sports talk is Mad Dog Sports Radio, where your voice is heard all day long.
I couldn't wait to get into the truck, turn on 82.
Sharing the thrill of victory.
The joy, the jubilation. I can't stop smiling.
And the agony of defeat.
When is this franchise going to realize people really care about this?
Passionate sports fans call 888 Mad Dog 6.
You gotta love Sports!
Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Hello, Angel fans. My name is John, and that's my brother Mike.
And my name is Mike, and that's my brother John.
Together, we are the Super Halo Bros and the hosts of your daily Los Angeles Angels podcast, Locked On Angels, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Locked On Angels brings you the latest Angel news and analysis and breaks down all of the action. Locked On Angels is everything an Angel fan could want, all in a daily 30-minute podcast.
Download Locked On Angels right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. Search Locked On Angels.
In season or out of season, the number one place for college sports is SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
24/7, 365. Coverage of all things NASCAR.
All things NASCAR
Happens exclusively on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90.
Ray Hudson here with an important announcement. You can listen to your favorite SiriusXM FC shows on the all-new SiriusXM app, now available for all subscribers. Oh, Illinois.
Knicks lead the Pelicans 14-3. And remember, each of the last two games, the Knicks have scored just 15 points in the entire first quarter against Charlotte and Dallas. 6:46 to go in the first. Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by Jovia Financial Credit Union. Discover the benefits of brighter banking at jovia.org. Monica McNutt, the Knicks just feel like they've got fresher legs today, and it's led to an early 11-point lead. The Pelicans will come out with Brandon Boston for the first time. Murray, Murphy, Green, and Robinson Earl, the other four on the floor. Knicks still have the starting five out there. Green drives and kicks a pass to the near side break. JRE will take and miss a three. Jeremiah Robinson Earl is 0 for 1. Brunson on the right corner, defended by Boston. Pick and slip with Towns. They'll swing it to the other end in the far corner in front of the bench for OG Anunoby. Underhand pass to Brunson straight on. Gets a screen from Anunoby. Picked up by Murphy. Steps back. Feeds hard on the right wing. He'll attack the foul line. Jumps to shoot it. Passes out of it. Anunoby misfired on a three from the far corner at the end of the shot clock. And it's Murray the other way.
The Pelicans are going to look to play with pace. I mean, they're struggling to score in the half court. They're a team that's starved for points. So when they can play faster, led by DeJounte Murray, they give themselves a higher percentage of getting quality looks.
Kickball called on Mikal Bridges, so it'll stay with New Orleans. 6:03 to go in the first. Pelicans go from right to left in the dark blue and gold. Knicks in their city edition whites with the double New York insignia on the front. Trey Murphy catch and shoot three. Short from the far side wing. Rebound Hart. Home run pass to Anunoby. It's complete in the paint. Blocked by DeJounte Murray coming back on defense. Trey Murphy now crosses over Bridges. Takes him to the paint near side. Good defense from Mikal Bridges. Forced a tough miss. Rebound Towns. Outlet to Brunson. Karl Anthony Towns has 6 rebounds already. Brunson pick and roll with Towns, the most frequent pick and roll combo in the NBA. They'll pass it inside to Towns, who's posting up the smaller Green, but Green got a hand in there and strips Towns. We'll go coast to coast from right to left in the paint. Blocking foul called on Brunson. He was set up there for a long time, but apparently Green did enough to get.
So let me just say this about Javonte Green. You mentioned that minimum contract 1-year deal that he's on. He was a guy that was a part of Chicago's unit when there was a ton of enthusiasm about Chicago. And I can say this because we were in Chicago a bunch of times for national games. His teammates in Chicago said that he had to be an X factor for the Chicago Bulls because of the energy that he plays with, because of his ability to score in the paint and put the ball on the floor, and his ability to defend. So if someone could potentially be a spark to keep an eye on for this Pelican squad here at the Garden this afternoon or this evening, it would probably be Green.
On the other side, the Pelicans game notes list Javonte Green's favorite movie as Friday. So the Knicks are hoping they can say bye, Felicia, at the end of the night.
Well done.
That's a B-. I'll take it.
Yeah,
though.
you know.
There's Green's second free throw after making the first. He back rimmed it. 10-point Knick lead, 14-4. 5:16 to go in this first quarter. Some good moments from Mikal Bridges already. He's got his signature fadeaway and at least 3 impressive defensive stops. Brunson far side pump fakes on Murphy. Cuts and passes to Bridges, and he lays it in with the right hand.
That's just fantastic offense and a great read by Mikal Bridges.
Josh Hart said they would get their heads together to find a way to get Mikal Bridges going, and so far he's had his best moments of an early quarter in a long time. Brunson walks into a right wing three, missed it short. Rebound Boston.
Well, Josh Hart also said with us post-game on the radio that the offense just was out of rhythm in Charlotte. That's not been the case here.
Murray, corner three near side. Front rim, no good. Rebound, Anunoby. 16-4. Knicks up 12. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Towns straight on. Picked up by Robinson Earl. Drives him into the paint and draws a foul. JRE picks up his first. He's another Villanova guy, Jeremiah Robinson Earl, in his fourth year, so no overlap with Brunson, Bridges, or Hart, who's coming out of the game along with Karl Anthony Towns. And your typical first off the bench duo for Tom Thibodeau, Deuce McBride and Jericho Sims. Knicks don't win that game on Friday without the efforts of Deuce McBride. 14 points. He came in with 3 minutes left in the third quarter and then never left for the rest of the game.
8 key points from Miles Deuce McBride. And, of course, he was part of the sequence in which the Knicks took the lead in that fourth quarter and did not relinquish it until the end of the – did not relinquish it, period.
Brunson stops and starts on the far side block. Missed a lefty floater over Murray. And DeJounte Murray brings it the other way from right to left. Knicks 16, Pelicans 4. Daniel Tice into the game. Blocked at the rim by Anunoby. Tice went for the jam, but Anunoby slammed the door shut. Far side corner three, Bridges. Got it! Mikal Bridges with a corner triple, and the Knicks are up 19-4.
Beautiful ball movement. But, again, the defense energized that offense for the Knicks.
Tice in the middle again, a little gun shy now, passes out of it, and a near side corner three for Boston. Wide right, grazed the rim. Rebound Sims, outlet Anunoby. Steps through JRE, left-hand layup, no. Rebound tipped out to McBride. Hands to Bridges, three from the wing. Got another one! Mikal Bridges, having the night every Knick fan's been hoping for. He's 4 of 5, 10 points with 2 made three-pointers.
Do we credit Josh Hart for talking up this offensive, back-to-back? Is that an offensive explosion?
I'd say so.
Okay, sure.
22-4 run to start the game. Boston starts his dribble near side wing, passes to the top of the key for Murray. Step back threes picked up by McBride, rattles in and out. And the rebound to Bridges, his second. He's got a game-high 10 points. And his best start of the year by far. Now dribbling with confidence, far side wing. Kick to McBride, right wing. Into the corner, Anunoby. Jab step right, dribble left on the baseline. Out to Brunson, three from the wing, short. Rebound tipped out, back toward the foul line. Brunson's got it. Sets up McBride, far side baseline drive. He's sealed off. Gets it to Bridges. Tries another. Missed it short from three on the far side wing. Rebound tipped around, and Murray's got it.
Knocking down a few shots can be quite intoxicating.
He's found his voice on defense, it would seem. As Murray splits a double team out high. Drives on Brunson. Offensive foul. Jalen Brunson was a statue in the middle of the paint for the last 2 seconds, and Murray never saw him. He barrels him over. And we'll take a timeout with 2:30 left in the first. By far, the best opening stanza of this young Knicks season. They've got a 22-4 lead on New Orleans.
It's a great start. It's focused and it's not playing around.
New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Grand Marnier is an award-winning blend of fine cognac and orange liqueur. It's made for those who live to step outside the box, who like to put a twist on the traditional and believe in a world that's not just good, but grand. Visit grandmarnier.com to learn how to take cocktails from ordinary to extraordinary and live grand. Grand Marnier liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2022, Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style. Always drink responsibly.
Hey, it's John Starks from Starks Florida, Queens. Now with 2 great locations, Woodside and Jamaica. Take a listen to some of these great slam dunk deals.
Lease a Bronco Sport for $288 per month for 36 months, or a 25 Explorer for $388 per month for 24 months, both with $46.90 due at signing. Plus, we have 0% APR up to 72 months. No security deposit required. Excludes tax, title, and MD fees. APR upon approved credit on select models. Expires November 30th.
Starks Florida, Queens, where New York goes.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
To win the NBA Finals, everything needs to line up perfectly, no different than finding the person you want to marry. When the time comes to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. They'll make shopping for a ring easy. Let them help you pick or design the perfect ring to fit any budget from their 2 by London collection. London Jewelers is committed to getting it just right. So visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including the newest location at the mall at Short Hills. Mention I told you to stop by. You'll get the Michael K. treatment.
It's all Knicks so far tonight, 22-4. They lead the New Orleans Pelicans with 2.5 to go in this first quarter. Entering the night, New York was 23rd in defensive rating. And if you follow the Knicks even a little bit this year, you know that their offense is elite. And if their defense can become league average, they're going to be a championship contender. Well, a start like that's going to help out that defensive rating. They have held the Pelicans to 1 of 17 shooting to start the day. They're 0 for 6 from 3, 1 of 11, or 0 for 6 from 2, and 1 of 11 from 3. And if that continues, then they figured something out on the flight home from Charlotte on Friday.
I would agree with you, but I also think you got to bear in mind what's happened with this Pelicans team. But you have to play the games that are in front of you, and this Knicks defense has looked a lot more focused.
Bridges rips the net on a 3, off the dribble, right corner over Tice. This is remarkable. It looks like a completely different from what we saw Friday afternoon. 25-4 New York. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Bridges with 13 points. Elfrid Payton into the game. His first steps onto the Garden floor since the 2021 playoffs with New York. And he floats home 2 from 10 feet out over Campaign. That was the center of the paint flip shot from Elfrid Payton. Had 21 assists, a career high on Monday in Indiana. His return to the NBA after 2-3 years spent in the G League, Puerto Rico. His journey's brought him back to the NBA. Left wing triple for Deuce McBride. Another 3 for the Knicks. 28-6 New York. Deuce McBride's on the board.
The efficiency of the offense really jumps out at you tonight.
McCollum leans in and scores from the near side mid-post over McBride with the right hand. It's back to a 20-point game. Towns, 2 dribbles on the top of the key, hands to Anunoby right wing. He'll give to Payne, who has checked in. Flipped a pass over to Bridges. Read well by Boston. Got fingertips on it as it angles out of bounds. It'll stay with New York. I mean, yeah, efficiency, Monica. 7 assists on 22 made shots. A lot of it off the dribble, though, from Mikal Bridges. McBride, catch and shoot, right wing 3. Buries it. Deuce McBride's 2 for 2 off the bench. 6 points. And a 31-8 Knick lead. McCollum baseline drive. Reverse layup is good from low to high over Anunoby. It's 31-10.
This has just been, really efficient play by the Knicks overall. I mean, this team is going to score. They're professional athletes too, but the Knicks just look really connected.
Deuce a baseline drive. His reverse layup is good. The opposite way. Acrobatic finish from high to low. He's got 8 points in rapid succession. 33-10 New York. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter. McCollum dribbling to the foul line, steps back from the elbow. Long 2 won't go over Bridges. And on the rebound, Robinson Earl fouled Towns. That's just the 4th foul of the quarter on New Orleans with 27.6 to go. It's tough to ask for a better start for the Knicks. The last 2 first quarters in Dallas and then in Charlotte, they were held to a season-low 15 points, which felt impossible considering they've been jumping back and forth between 1, 2, and 3 in offensive rating this year, flipping spots with Boston and Cleveland. Right now it's Celtics first, Knicks second, Cavs third, but depending on how the Celtics and Cavs do as they face off at the exact same time as the Knicks, this could be a night where New York ends up number 1 if they can keep this up. McBride near side drive, pump fake, now steps through, but he got stripped from behind. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Robinson Earl trying to force a pass inside, tipped by Towns, collected by Hart, and the horn will sound on a nearly perfect first quarter for the Knicks. They will take a 33-10 lead into the second on the New Orleans Pelicans, led by a feel-good first quarter from Mikal Bridges. A game-high 13 points on 3 of 5 shooting and some phenomenal defense as well. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network.
Your basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking Spurs, and clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I'd say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter. Haaland scored the hat-trick.
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on Sirius XM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the Sirius XM app.
If you love golf, then you should never turn off PGA Tour Radio. Hear from the biggest names in the sport.
Champion golfer of the year is Xander Schauffele. I think best round of golf ever in my life.
Listen to special shows from people who love the game, like rock and roll legend Alice Cooper.
There's a putt. It must be 90 feet long. And you make that putt
with your own game.
You'll get through your iron shots and have predictable distance.
It's all golf, all the time, on PGA Tour Radio, channel 92 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Well, two-time Knicks champion Bill Bradley in the building, getting a nice ovation from the fans here at Madison Square Garden. And as he's put on the video board, his eyes light up and he points out to the court as if to say, "Are you seeing what I'm seeing?"
Is that what he was saying?
33-10, the Knicks have the lead. Oh, yeah.
You are such a good interpreter.
No, he was impressed. He was impressed with the Knicks.
It is impressive.
Quarter.
He should be. We all are.
They've got a 23-point lead after 12 minutes. They will send out Payne, McBride, Bridges, Hart, and Towns. McCollum will pass to Payton, who flipped one inside to Misi. Play was read by Payne. He comes in and strips the big man. Off to the races, hands off to Hart, right wing. Knicks from left to right. Pass back to Payne, and he nails a three from the right wing over Elfrid Payton. Cam Payne has his first points. Pass in transition, tipped by Bridges, and then he kicks the pass. So they'll blow that whistle. The active hands and apparently feet from Mikal Bridges very evident this evening.
Cameron Payne, though, we spent time talking about him in the pregame show on the linear side on MSG Networks. Both he and Deuce McBride are huge reasons why the pace shifts so much with that second unit, as both are on the floor right now.
Well, the minutes for Payne have dipped a little bit since McBride returned from that knee inflammation, but such a huge part of this team still. Javonte Green, baseline drive, flipped it up and in over Mikal Bridges, but a good contest from about 8 feet.
So Josh Hart was probably fingertips off of a steal, but he went after the ball, tried to disrupt the trajectory instead of running to the man where the ball was supposed to go. He would have picked up that steal.
Josh Hart, right corner three, missed it. Offensive rebound, Towns. His arms got hammered by multiple Pelicans, but no call. He had to give it up. 9 rebounds for Towns. On the other side, Antonio Reeves gets loose for a near corner three, missed it wide right. Misi, the offensive rebound. Out to McCollum, dribbles to the elbow, and he strong-armed it from the far side. Knicks rebound, Hart the other way. Stops at the free throw line. Whips a pass to Payne out high. Pump fake and now a drive. Passes to the right corner for Bridges. Three-pointer is perfect. Mikal Bridges, 4 for 6 from downtown. Like manna from heaven for Knicks fans. He's got 16.
Mikal has found his way from the three-point line. And the shots are so fluid. But ironically, as we discussed pregame, look at his defensive intensity in today's ballgame.
Javonte Green tries to answer, can't. Missed it too strong from the far side wing. Long rebound comes out to McCollum. He'll drive baseline far side, but sealed off by Bridges. Passes to a cutting Green, who scores and one. A righty layup off the window, and he got fouled. 39-14. Pelicans down big, but maybe a momentum swing here with 2 minutes gone by in the second.
I must apologize to our loyal radio audience.
Yes.
I told you to look at his intensity. Let me paint the picture for you guys. It is a great defensive effort. In the first quarter, when he had to guard DeJounte Murray on the perimeter multiple times. Did a great job of staying in front, using his length. Same thing when he had to guard Trey Murphy, who presents similar size, but he did a great job. And then probably 2 possessions ago, he was part of the reason that there was initial deflection that slowed the Pelicans down from what they wanted to do. But then that kickball, yeah, you got to reset, but it's still a demonstration of the energy that he's playing with on both sides of the floor tonight.
Free throw miss, so no three-point play. Knicks still up by 25. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. McBride dribbling on the near side, passes up top to Towns, takes one dribble, flips it to the right wing for Bridges, catch and shoot 3, wide right. Rebound McCollum. Season high for Bridges this year is 22. He's got 5 games at 20 or more. He's already got 16 early in the second quarter. Now Hart forces a steal to Payton. Transition play, pass to Bridges, pinned on the backboard by Javonte. He got 2 hands on that. Javonte Green, a great block. McCollum in transition, short arms a 3 from the far wing. Long rebound Hart. He wants to run again. Takes the pass to Towns, whips it to McBride. Open 3, left wing. It's good. Deuce McBride is 3 for 3 from downtown. 11 points for Deuce. And the Knicks up 42-14.
McBride took his time and lined that one up, even though the threat of Javonte Green was there, as C.J. McCollum gets an easy one on the left side of the basket, a layup.
He slipped inside off the pick and roll. McCollum 0 for 3 from downtown, but 3 for 6 from 2. Towns left alone, top of the key. His three-pointer rolls around and out, and McCollum gets the rebound. Towns already has 10 boards, 4 points so far. Misty at the free throw line, kicks out to the far corner for Green. Now straight on McCollum, dribbles from the right wing to the left wing, and he's blocked by Payne, so a foul on Campaign. That's his first, and play stopped with 8:44 to go in the second. It's 42-16 Knicks.
Wow, the Knicks are rolling in this ball game. They're shooting 47% from the three-point line, 48% from the field tonight. They've done a really good job of taking care of the basketball as well. Just 4 turnovers so far in this one.
And that cheer you may have heard was from Mikal Bridges, who just checked out for the first time. Payton drives the lane and scores from the center of the paint. And how about that from Tom Thibodeau? He has left Bridges in a lot early in these games, but had the hot hand, maybe building that confidence, let him continue that hot stretch, play the first 15 minutes. Towns was blocked on the far side, got his own miss, and then on the putback, he was fouled, I thought, by Elfrid Payton, but they'll say it was just tipped out of bounds off of the Pelicans. Now, Misi, the talented big man for New Orleans, is down on his back with his hands on his head to the far side of the paint. And only now do they help him up to his feet.
No Pelicans staff came. Well, you can't until it's officially ruled a dead ball. And it doesn't look like anybody was paying that young man too much major attention. He's standing, covering his face a bit with his jersey, just came out of his shell like a little turtle. But we were talking about this in the break, Tyler. The tallest defender that the Pelicans can put on the floor is 6'11".
Three-pointer from Towns, misses from the right wing, and the long rebound for Green.
Karl-Anthony Towns is listed as 7 foot.
If they don't have Misi out there, they have very few options as Payton navigates across the court, fall away from the far side of the paint, blocked by Anunoby. Misi gets the rebound, scores with the right hand, and he's fouled by OG.
That was a really, really nice showing by the rookie. He comes up with the steal, just sticking with it, although OG Anunoby thought that ball was heading down the other way for the Knicks. And then to use the pump fake to get Towns up in the air and finish with OG Anunoby on his right shoulder, still finishing with that right hand. Really impressive.
8:04 to go in the second quarter. Knicks 42, Pelicans 20. An overwhelming first quarter from the Knicks. They outscored the Pelicans 33-10. New Orleans went about 9 minutes between field goals in the first quarter. Misi hits the free throw, so he converts on the three-point play. And the Knicks are currently doubling up the Pelicans 42-21. Towns, right side of the paint, met by McCollum. Right-hand shot misses short. McCollum comes away, holds right arm. As he slowly jogs up the court behind the rest of his offense, Pelicans from right to left in the dark blue and gold, Knicks in their white City Edition uniforms. McCollum drives near side, blocked by Towns, and he got the rebound. McBride looked one ahead, hoping for Payne, but he got Murray instead.
Got an official on the floor.
Hit it ahead to Reeves in transition, swatted out of bounds by Towns on the layup. And he shows the incomplete sign on an NFL Sunday. He sent that one about 3 rows deep. And we'll get Jericho Sims into the game as Cam Payne comes out. Karl Anthony Towns talking with the officials, and now he will exit the floor. So it is Brunson and McBride in the backcourt, Hart, Anunoby, and Sims on the wings and front court. 42-21 Knicks, 7.5 to go in this second quarter. Murray inbounds on the far side from McCollum in front of the Knick bench. He's picked up by Hart. Drives baseline, steps back to the elbow, missed a fall-away jumper. Anunoby the rebound as McCollum is 3 for 11 tonight. Hart hands off to Brunson on the far side. Brunson just checked back in. 3 points in the first 10 minutes. He was 1 for 4. No power to the paint. Draws a foul on McCollum. He was posting him up, about to make his move, and McCollum just put the clamps on him. And that should send Brunson to the free throw line.
Well, C.J. McCollum and Jalen Brunson are interesting sort of prototypes of different styles of point guards, right? C.J. McCollum probably had, at least when he came into the league, I'm not so sure as of lately, but has a little bit more foot speed. Jalen Brunson, I would argue, probably a little bit more strength. And so you saw the two styles collide on that particular play as 11 knocks down that first free throw.
Yeah, McCollum, a lot of people heard of him for the first time when Lehigh upset Duke in the 15-2 matchup in round 1 of March Madness. I think it was 2012.
Do you think more people heard of him then, or when I'm Trying Jennifer went viral when he was in Portland?
That's when he went super mainstream. You're right. That was a tweet, of course, when what was this fan complaining about? Was the Blazers at that point probably?
Yeah, the Trailblazers. I don't know, something about winning, trying to be better.
And he said, I'm trying. Well, Brunson made both foul shots, and on the other end, he tipped a pass out of bounds to the far sideline. So it's 44-21, Nick, with 7:01 to go in the second quarter.
It's probably to that end. C.J. McCollum is a longtime vet in this league, someone who leads the NBA Players PA, 11 years under his belt. He's got all these young guys around him, although DeJounte Murray's not particularly young.
Murray's got the ball now out high. He's 28 years old. They'll get it to Tice. Floater from the center of the paint is good, and Daniel Tice has his first points.
So Murray's got 7 years in the league. We mentioned C.J. McCollum with 11, and Tice also with 7.
Tice on a 1-year deal. He spent the first 5 years of his career with the Celtics. Josh Hart right side. Knicks up 21 with 6.5 to go in the second quarter. Brunson drives right side. Baseline fall away. Hits it from the near side. Mid-range over McCollum. And Jalen Brunson has 7. 2 for 5 from the floor now. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And the ever-expanding game 3 assist. Handoff stolen by Anunoby. Here comes OG with a 2-hand jam. Uncontested. That is classic Anunoby. His first field goal is good after 5 misses. And Willie Green will call timeout.
Fire up the dunk meter again when it comes to OG Anunoby. It's been a couple of games since we've seen one of those from him, but he rocks the rim with the best of them in the league.
The best non-big in dunk totals, 38 for the season now. 6:14 to go in the second quarter. Knicks 48, Pelicans 23. They're 1 for 14 from downtown. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more too. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more Jew. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more Jew. Hey! Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Brandt & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/25.
What brings you in?
Life is great, but my money, it just keeps growing.
Savings growing?
Yes.
Checking too?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Low rates on loans?
Yes.
It's Jovia-itis. It comes from not-for-profit banking with Jovia, and it causes an inflammation of money and happiness.
That explains it. Is it contagious?
It is, and the best thing you can do is spread the wealth. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Awesome.
Side effects may include great rates, friendly service, and brighter banking.
Jovia Financial Credit Union.
Sports fans, take your game day snacks to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
Knicks 48, Pelicans 23 with 6:14 to go in the second quarter. Monica McNutt has been pouring through stacks with pages and stat archives to come up with some very interesting numbers, Monica. What do you have for us?
Yeah, all right, so this is the second time that the Knicks have outscored their opponent by 20 points in the first quarter of a game this season. They also did it November 1st versus the Pistons when they were up 26 points. Now, check this out, though. The rest of the league has combined to do this twice entering tonight, and they were the Lakers and Spurs who were able to do it.
Wow. Impressive start for the Knicks. See if they have finishing power tonight. Murray drives the center of the paint, sealed off by McBride, and he stripped him. Went down to the deck to get the loose ball, popped it up to Hart, and he'll take it from left to right. Knicks in the white uniform, City edition with the double New York on the front against the dark blue and gold of New Orleans. Anunoby drived and forced a tough pass to Jericho Sims that falls into the hands of DeJounte Murray. Trey Murphy's back in. He'll play catch out high with Daniel Tice, who sets a screen for him. Crosses inside the foul line. Long floater, front rim, no good. Rebound, Reeves ducks underneath. Missed a layup on the far side of the rim, and Sims gets the rebound. That was an ugly possession for the Pelicans. And it's been an ugly night. They're 10 of 38 from the floor. Brunson, far side drive and kick, tipped out of bounds to the baseline on the right side by New Orleans. It'll stay with the Knicks as Mikal Bridges is set to check in.
So one thing that the Pelicans are doing well is sort of collapsing around Jalen Brunson on that penetration and using their wingspans as a collective, right? Getting their hands active and into passing lanes once he collapses. That time on the left side of the floor, he was trying to spray out to shooters on the three-point line, but they did a good job of deflecting.
Inbound to Brunson, dribbles to the far elbow, pump fake, and he got fouled before the shot. DeJounte Murray is going to get hit with the personal. That is his second. Deuce McBride checked out for Mikal Bridges. McBride 3 for 3 from downtown. He's got 11 points.
We've seen some really terrific three-point shooting in this one between McBride, Bridges, folks finding at the right spot. Ooh, what just happened?
Brunson tried to draw an offensive foul on a screen away from the ball, so he went down, but no call. Ball comes to Brunson far side, pump fake, and he's closed out by Murray. 4 to shoot, step back 3 from the wing. That's good. Jalen Brunson, 10 points early. That's his second three-pointer.
The three-point shooting is looking good from the Knicks tonight.
Murray answers with a 10-footer from just inside the foul line. It's 51-25 Knicks, under 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
3 Knicks have hit multiple threes so far in this contest. 4, excuse me.
Wow. Anunoby in the post, passes out to Bridges at the foul line. He backs Reeves in, and a foul call, or defensive 3 seconds. Hang on. It looked like defensive 3 seconds, but then the officials are making a hook signal. And everybody's looking around. I think it's going to be a foul away from the ball, unless it was a simultaneous call by 2 different officials saying 2 different things.
Let's see if we can get this thing sorted out. And it is, in fact, 3 Knicks that have hit multiple threes. These columns are jumping around today. My bad, y'all.
Okay, so at first they're giving a technical foul to Reeves for defensive 3 seconds, but they're just going to give him a foul away from the ball instead. So inbound instead of technical free throw for Brunson on the far sideline. He gets it to Bridges, who passes back to him at midcourt. Screen out high from Sims. Dribbles to the wing, now crosses to the foul line. Turned, passed, Hart, fall away from the free throw line short at the end of the shot clock. And Robinson Earl gets the rebound for New Orleans. Defended by the smaller Brunson. Flips it up top to Murray. Between the legs dribble. Gets to the far elbow. Backing down Brunson. Turnaround jumper is short. And it's rebounded by a Hart, who's got 5 boards already. Pass over the top. Anunoby tipped it. It was intended for Bridges. OG gets the ball, and he's fouled from behind by Trey Murphy. That's his first and the fourth in the second quarter on New Orleans.
You think that was intended for Bridges? Yeah, he was trying. Josh Hart looked like he was trying to get Bridges to go upstairs on a oop, right?
Not guaranteed. Just from our perspective up here, I thought maybe.
I mean, I don't blame. I think I would have caught it too if I was OG Anunoby. Both of them were.
Inbound comes to Brunson at midcourt. Very high screen from Sims to the right wing. Takes a three over two guys. Missed it short. Rebound Anunoby makes some room and stops it. He put his shoulder into Robinson Earl and then jammed it home. Knicks lead 53-25.
Yeah, the Pelicans are just outmatched in terms of strength and size when you look at the Knicks 3, 4s, and 5s in particular.
This is clearly an energized Knick team, happy to be home. Pass to a baseline cutter off the fingertips of Robinson Earl. Hart gets the steal. Knicks by 28, 3.5 to go in the second. See if they can keep Mikal Bridges going. Far side baseline drive. Will back McCollum into the lane. Tries to turn the corner. Nowhere to go. Kick out Anunoby. His three misses to the left side of the rim.
Anunoby's shots look short in terms of legs and lift.
He's 0 for his last 16 from downtown. Trey Murphy step back three straight on. Missed it. Rebound Sims. Final 3 minutes of the opening half. Knicks by 28. Brunson navigates to the foul line, passes to his left for Anunoby. Now they get it to Hart. He'll connect at the top of the circle with Sims, and a travel. Sims used multiple pivot foots before dribbling. And we'll take a timeout on the floor with 2:55 to go in this second quarter. All Knicks tonight, 53-25 in homecoming after a week-and-a-half road trip for New York. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Your basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking. And clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
While you're listening to this game on SiriusXM, we're talking about the latest odds and prop bets for this and every game on Sports Grid Radio.
The under's minus 125. Heavy juice to the under.
Every home run hit and every strikeout thrown can change the line.
I can't for the life of me figure out how you can favor a team that never wins, ever.
If you're looking for sports talk centered around the latest odds and prop bets for games, races, tournaments, or any sporting event, Sports Grid Radio, SiriusXM, Channel 159.
The UEFA Champions League is back on SiriusXM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter. Haaland scored the hat-trick.
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Fight Nation, Channel 156, and on the SiriusXM app.
Illinois.
Yeah, they are sitting together.
We are back live at Madison Square Garden. And what a comedy duo courtside. No, not Mike Breen and Clyde Frazier. It's Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler, Monica McNutt.
Cool dudes.
Two of your favorites.
Two of my favorites, indeed.
Adam Sandler with some New Hampshire roots. And you, Monica, have been diving into Ben Stiller's executive production project.
You have no idea how ironic it is, the word choice dive, because I can't even dive in real life.
You can't dive, you can't swim?
No, I can swim.
Okay.
I can't dive. I just
like fall
cannonball,
off the board.
woo, like
yeah,
whatever.
You put your hands out first. It's very easy.
Yeah, but I don't, it's not like graceful slice into the water. It's like
Okay.
face first, face plant on the water.
I get it. Okay.
Anywho, diving into Severance is aggressive, but I am going to get through episode 2. I got to go back and watch. I fell asleep.
Well, that's Monica McNutt. I'm Tyler Murray, treading water, 53-25. Knicks lead the Pelicans with 2:44 to go in the first half. Javonte Green dribbled off his foot. The ball went out of bounds, and he pantomimed his dunk attempt anyway, so nice to see what it would have looked like had he not lost the ball. And Knicks
Beautiful.
will take over. he would have stuffed that. 28-point lead for the Knicks. They had an absolutely dominant first quarter that they will hopefully be looking back on whenever times do get tough again. After back-to-back 15-point first quarters to end that road trip, they outscored the Pelicans 33-10. Mikal Bridges had 13 in that quarter. He'll drive baseline from low to high. Great driving kick to get an open Brunson three, but he rimmed it out from the top of the key.
If he had knocked down that three, I was going to discuss how difficult it is as a shooter to catch a ball low and still get it into your shooter's pocket.
You can still discuss it. That's why it was hard for him to make it. Now he tries to contest a corner three by Murray, and he missed it from the near side. Outlet to Brunson. He'll speed ahead on Murphy. Pulls up, and he behind hard by sprinting Javonte Green. He missed the shot, but 2 more free throws coming for Jalen Brunson, who matched a season high with 12 foul shot attempts on Friday.
I appreciate the energy of Javonte Green, but he's a little bit of a
bull in a china shop.
I was trying to figure out an aerodynamic way to discuss that because I feel like it's not that destructive when his feet are on the ground. It's
right.
When he goes after these blocks, he's just flying all over the place.
Maybe a well-designed Kia in a china shop. Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Why don't we also pause 10 seconds and let stations identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. Gets both free throws. It's up to a 30-point Knick lead, 55-25. And if this continues, it'll be 4 quarters of a long exhale for Knick fans after some tense moments on the winning and losing ends during that 5-game road trip when they went 3-2. Trey Murphy, a three from the top of the key, spins around and out, hit every part of the rim. But the Pelicans are now 1 for 17 from downtown. And it hasn't necessarily been wide open threes. That was a contested triple straight away with Anunoby's hand in his face.
Look, scoring is at a premium for this Pelican squad. I was going through.
Oh, Anunoby with the post move. Beautiful drop step and a dunk, but the foul was called before the jam. And that will send Anunoby to the free throw line because they're in the bonus. But please continue, Monica, because as good as the offense has been, you hope this is a sustainable defensive effort from the Knicks, too.
Yeah, and you know what? And so that's where I think we have to step back and be constructive in our observation of this team because the Pelicans, they are missing the starting lineup that was projected for the season. LT has not even gotten on the floor.
Correct.
Like that, I just think you got to understand how decimated this Pelican squad is by injuries. Now, you take nothing away from the Knicks' focus tonight, as they should be. But I was even impressed that the Pelicans were managing to cross the 100-point mark as often as they have, and that's why I talked about them wanting to play with pace because that's their best shot at scoring.
Both free throws good for Anunoby, 57-25. Knicks, McCollum on a baseline drive. He's blocked at the rim. Loose ball came to Towns. 3 blocks for OG Anunoby tonight. 1 each for Towns, Hart, and Bridges. Cat wants to get into the action. Drives the lane, but lost the handle. Thought he got fouled again. Green from right to left the other way. Transition 3 to the near corner for Murphy. That's good. And the Pelicans, after missing 16 of their first 17 triples, finally get one to go. It is a 29-point game as we hit the final minute of the second. I'll say, Monica, that Charlotte also was extremely shorthanded on Friday, but that win, one way or another, felt every bit as good as any win this season as Brunson ducks inside, throws it up, spun around and out. That is tipped out of bounds along the baseline by the Knicks, so Pelicans ball. In New Orleans, they've been more banged up at other points during this season. They haven't had Murray, McCollum, and Murphy the entire year, so having those 3 guys back is kind of a new thing. As Brunson fouls Murray, they had one to give.
Yeah, but then you go into this game and you lose Ingram, who had been intermittently available for the squad. And, of course, Zion Williamson going out earlier this season. He's been out for a chunk of time. And I really like the kid, Jordan Hawkins.
You did say that before the game.
And he's out too, right? Like, he's a guy that played valuable minutes for them last year. And, of course, to me, one of my favorites, I think he had a strong case for Defensive Player of the Year last year, was Herb Jones, who's out with a shoulder injury.
Jones, one of the more underrated role players. Pelicans miss another 3 from the near side wing. That was Murray misfiring. Brunson will bring it across midcourt, 10 to shoot, 18 left in the second quarter. 57-28 Knicks. Bridges driving from the far side corner, sealed off on McCollum, puts his back into him. Long fall away 2, short. Half expected that one to go down the way this first half has gone for the Knicks.
That was a terrible shot.
Near side, Murphy, 3, just before the horn. Missed it. Rebound tipped and gathered in by Karl Anthony Towns. So he will finish the first half with only 4 points, but he takes 17 rebounds into the locker room in 17 minutes. Towns' career high is 27 boards, so he's on pace to bust that one wide open tonight. And the Knicks did that on the scoreboard. It's 57-28 at the break.
I definitely expected him to be a little bit more dominant in the actual scoring category, but cleaning up on the glass, mind you, as a team, the Pelicans only have 21 rebounds. He has 17. And so he's done a great job of demonstrating his power and dominance in that category.
It's a different piece to the puzzle that this Knicks team can be excited about. Even if Karl Anthony Towns is 1 for 8 in the first half, he got enough talent around him to have a 29-point lead at the break. Knicks 57, Pelicans 28. Pat O'Keefe has your halftime coverage when we come back. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Sports fans, take your game day snacks to a whole new level. Cibao Meat Products Jamoneta Campesino Salami, the MVP of flavor. Whether you're cheering for touchdowns or slam dunks, this Hispanic-style salami is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Made with the finest ingredients and packed with zesty spices, Jamoneta Campesino Salami delivers a burst of savory goodness in every bite. Score big with Cibao Meat Jamoneta Campesino Salami. Available at your local supermarket. Remember, if you see our logo from the start, put it in your shopping cart. Cibao Meat Products, over half a century of tradition and quality.
Hey, it's John Starks from Starks Florida, Queens. Now with 2 great locations, Woodside and Jamaica. Take a listen to some of these great slam dunk deals.
Lease a Bronco Sport for $288 per month for 36 months, or a 25 Explorer for $388 per month for 24 months, both with $46.90 due at signing. Plus, we have 0% APR up to 72 months. No security deposit required. Excludes tax, title, and MV fees. APR upon approved credit on select models. Expires November 30th.
Starks Florida, Queens, where New York goes.
To win the NBA Finals, everything needs to line up perfectly, no different than finding the person you want to marry. When the time comes to propose, well, do what I did. Visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers. They'll make shopping for a ring easy. Let them help you pick or design the perfect ring to fit any budget from the London collection. London Jewelers is committed to getting it just right. So visit London Jewelers today at any of their 7 locations, including the newest location at the mall at Short Hills. Mention I told you to stop by. You'll get the Mike O'Kay treatment.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
Boy, are the New York Knicks glad to be home. Just an absolutely dominant first half in their first game at Madison Square Garden in a week and a half. They got off to a very quick start after the first quarter. They led by 23 points. Your halftime score, the Knicks 57 and the Pelicans 28. Pat O'Keefe with you. It is time for the New York Knicks halftime report, brought to you by Spectrum. The Knicks got off to a hot shooting start, and a decimated by injuries New Orleans team had a very tough time getting going offensively in that first quarter, and that's a theme that continued throughout the entire first half. Now, the best sign for the Knicks so far tonight has been the play and the shooting of Mikal Bridges. He made a conscious effort to shoot with confidence in that first quarter, and the results showed early. Bridges in the first quarter had 13 points and was 3 for 5 from downtown. He's the leading scorer in the game right now with 16 points, and he is 4 for 7 on three-pointers. The only other Knick in double-figure scoring is Jalen Brunson, who has 12 points to go along with 3 assists. The Knicks got off to a hot shooting start, but this hasn't been a virtuoso offensive performance from the Knicks. It has been that way on the defensive end. The Pelicans started off by missing 16 of their first 17 field goal attempts in that first quarter. And furthermore, they started the game 1 for 17 on three-pointers before finally hitting their second from downtown late in the second quarter. All of that adds up to a 29-point halftime lead for the Knicks as they are more than doubling up the Pelicans so far at Madison Square Garden. Keys to the half is driven by Ramsey Mazda. Well, I will reiterate Monica McNutt's key from before the game. Don't play around. The Knicks certainly have not so far. Continue to do so. Start this homestand off, this 4-game homestand off on the right foot against a team that you should beat. But I will add rebounding and three-point shooting. The Knicks dominant on the glass, a 35-21 rebounding advantage. And the three-point shooting for the Knicks, they're at a 42% clip so far, 10 for 24. Led by Bridges is 4 for 7. Deuce McBride is 3 for 3. Cam Payne hit his only three-point attempt, and Brunson is 2 for 6. On the other side, the Pelicans are 2 for 20 from behind the arc. Keys to the half is driven by Ramsey Mazda. It's the experience of driving a new Mazda and buying a new Mazda from Ramsey Mazda. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Pat O'Keefe with you at the half. The Knicks lead the Pelicans 57-28 at Madison Square Garden. It's the start of a 4-game homestand for the Knicks. Pelicans tonight. The Magic on Tuesday night. That will be the finale of group play for the Knicks in the NBA Cup. And if the Knicks win that game, they advance to the quarterfinals. They would win Group A. If the Knicks lose on Tuesday to the Magic, they will not advance to the quarterfinals. They cannot advance as the wild card in the Eastern Conference like they did a year ago. So that's on Tuesday against Orlando. Then on Thursday, it's the Charlotte Hornets, and the homestand wraps up with the Detroit Pistons on Saturday night. Those 4 teams have a combined record of 29-50. So the Knicks with an opportunity to have a very successful homestand against those 4 opponents. They are off and running tonight, leading 57-28 at halftime of the New York, New York, the city's so nice, they named it twice. Check out our 2024-25 City Edition jersey designed by Kith. Head to Knicks.com/shop to purchase. One of the questions asked of Tom Thibodeau before the game is, will we see Precious Achiuwa at some point in the near future? And will we even see him during the course of this 4-game homestand? Tom Thibodeau was asked about other players such as Pacome Dadier and Jericho Sims and Ariel Hukporti getting an opportunity to play with Achiuwa still out.
Yeah, I think anytime, when you have players out, it's an opportunity for other people to get in there and play. So I think, the opportunity that Jericho's gotten has been good for him. And then when we get him back, just add him to the mix.
Jericho Sims has played in every game this season. He started 1. He has 4 rebounds in 7 first-half minutes. Knicks not only still playing without Achiuwa, who is missing his 20th straight game to begin the season tonight, but, of course, Mitchell Robinson, and he's still not due back for a little while. So what can and cannot Precious Achiuwa do at this time?
He's progressing. He's just day by day. He's taking more contact on, so that's probably the biggest thing.
29-point Knicks lead at the half against the New Orleans Pelicans. One of the players, as I mentioned a moment ago, who has gotten more of an opportunity with Achiuwa out to begin the season has been the rookie first-round pick from France, Pacome Dadier. Now, Dadier is not with the team tonight because after getting home from the road trip, he played with the Westchester Knicks just to get some playing experience. And Dadier had 12 points and 6 rebounds in his game this weekend for the Westchester Knicks. And what is Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks' plan with Dadier going to Westchester?
Yeah, it's, situational. So opportunity to get some playing time, take advantage of it that way. Then he'll be back, with us for practice. The beauty of it is the setup, where we both practice in the same building. And so try to take advantage of that.
So Pacome Dadier, who has been in and out of the rotation, occasionally as the 9th man for the Knicks to begin the season with the Westchester Knicks this weekend. The New York Knicks lead the New Orleans Pelicans 57-28 at the half. Knicks fans, take advantage of our Fam Pack offer presented by Beyond Meat and make it family night out on Thursday, December 5th. Each ticket comes with a complimentary $25 food and beverage voucher. Head to Knicks.com to get your tickets today. So Bridges with 16 points and Brunson with 12 to lead the way. Karl Anthony Towns 1 for 8 from the field and 0 for 3 from downtown. He has 4 points, but he has grabbed 17 rebounds. Towns has 17 rebounds, and all of the Pelicans have 21 rebounds, leading to that huge advantage for the Knicks on the boards. This is from our friends at ESPN Stats and Info. Tonight is the second time that the Knicks have outscored their opponent by 20 points in the first quarter of a game this season. On November 1st, they outscored the Pistons by 26 points in the first. So the Knicks have done it twice. The rest of the NBA has combined to do that twice as well entering tonight. The Lakers and the Spurs did it 1 time each. The Knicks backing up that 23-point spread in the first quarter by extending their halftime lead to 29. It is currently 57-28. And just something to keep an eye on, Karl Anthony Towns with those 17 rebounds. The Knicks single game record for rebounds is Willis Reed, 33 rebounds in a game in 1971. The way this game is going, not sure if Towns is going to play all the way through, but he is more than halfway to 33 right now with 17 boards in the first half. And that was the New York Knicks halftime report, brought to you by Spectrum. You can make anything possible because you have a connection that's built for everywhere. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum. Second half coming up with Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt. I'll be back with you on the postgame show. Knicks lead the Pelicans at the Garden 57-28. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the Spectrum New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
It's your basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking Spurs, and clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern, only on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on SiriusXM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter. Haaland scored the hat-trick.
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the SiriusXM app.
If you love golf, then you should never turn off PGA Tour Radio. Hear from the biggest names in the sport.
Champion golfer of the year is Xander Schauffele. I think best round of golf ever in my life.
Listen to special shows from people who love the game, like rock and roll legend Alice Cooper.
There's a putt, must be 90 feet long, and you make that putt.
And get help with your own game.
You'll get through your iron shots and have predictable distance.
It's all golf, all the time, on PGA Tour Radio, Channel 92 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
Knicks basketball on ESPN New York is brought to you by Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the New York Knicks. Superior light beer. Plenty of superlatives to recap from an incredible first half for the Knicks. Pat O'Keefe got you most of them, a 57-28 lead at the break. So 28 points is the lowest scoring half for any team in the NBA this year. Great job by the Knicks forcing New Orleans into that. And it is the 12th time in Knicks franchise history that they have a lead of 29 points or more at halftime. Last time it happened was against the Orlando Magic in 2021. Magic just wrapped up a win over the Nets, and they're coming here on Tuesday. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The start of the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. And Anunoby in Towns forced to steal on a dribble hand right side. And on the fast break, the ball was tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knicks. 11:42 to go in the third quarter. It's New York 57, New Orleans 28, as the Knicks now go from right to left in the white uniform.
So third quarter begins more of the same for the New York Knicks. You got multiple records being set in terms of points allowed and Karl Anthony Towns with those 17 rebounds. But if you're the Pelicans, you're coming out with an initial punch, seeing if you can tighten this gap up using your defense first.
Hart missed a layup. Towns got the rebound and was fouled on the putback, so 18 rebounds for him as he tries to track down his career-high 27, which also happened against the New Orleans Pelicans. He just heard the voice of Monica McNutt. I'm Tyler Murray. Monica handed me what I believe is called a cake pop about 2 minutes
You're
before.
really letting people in behind the call, huh?
Which was handed to me about 2 minutes before the third quarter began. And that was mistake number one, giving it to me. Mistake number two, and the more important one, was me eating it.
Oh, now you got red velvet mouth?
And so, well, I'm just saying, be prepared for anything here. It was now a 30-point Knick lead, half a minute into the second half. It was delicious. The accommodations here at Madison Square Garden worth every penny. As Towns hits both foul shots at the basket to our left, he's got 6.
Well, let's see. Offensively, I imagine DeJounte Murray is going to be calling a lot of his own number, trying to see if he can take advantage of his height and his wingspan versus Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, on paper, it's a very interesting matchup, but just hasn't been tonight because it's been a laugher as Murphy misses a sidestep three from the right wing. Loose ball tipped around. Towns, I believe, is going to get credited with that rebound.
I tell you what, Javonte Green is all in the mix everywhere.
You called it right away. He's playing for a spot as Towns nails a three on the left side from the top of the key. He's got the first 5 Knick points of the third quarter to go along with 18 rebounds.
Ironically, the rebounding was undeniable in the first half, but only finishing with the 4 points was a little bit curious to me.
Yeah, he went 1 for 8 from the floor as Murray drives, steps back, and hits a floater from about 8 feet far side of the paint over Anunoby. It's back to a 32-point game.
Now, not too long ago, the Knicks had one of these where they were on the other side of it, and we talked very much about trying to attack it incrementally. I'm curious to see what the Pelicans are looking at in terms of markers.
The age-old question, how do you eat an elephant?
Little by little.
There's Bridges knifing into the paint. Fall away, won't go from the dotted line. Comes Murray from left to right. He'll start at the right wing. Behind the back dribble as he drives on Brunson. Might have got hit by a Hart, no call. Rebound fumbled by Towns. Goes back to Murray. He'll go up for 2, and he's fouled that time. Who knows, maybe that was a carryover from the previous contact from Hart, but Murray will take 2 free throws.
Well, very much a demonstration of your point guard, your head of the snake. There's a reason that he was brought to the New Orleans organization, sort of being the leader of the push as far as being aggressive, trying to attack this hole.
Tom Thibodeau will challenge the foul call. 10:07 to go in the third. We'll take the break. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 1/2/25.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart, you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey! Tell them more Jew Irish whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Brandt & Sons Inc., New York, New York.
10:07 to go in the third quarter. Knicks 62, Pelicans 30, and they are still reviewing the foul call. I think they just finished up.
Following review, the contact by the defender is marginal. Therefore, we do not have a defensive foul on Brunson. But when the whistle sounds, we have a tip-in by New Orleans. So we have a successful field goal, New York ball, the baseline, and that is a charged timeout.
Sorry about that. Somebody was sitting on the horn as we get the call and successful challenge for the Knicks. James Capers, our crew chief, delivering the news. And yeah, that's the right call. Brunson went straight up trying to defend a Murray layup. It missed short, and a foul was improperly called, so the Knicks do not lose their challenge or their timeout.
Good stuff by head coach Tom Thibodeau and staff.
The staff in particular is assistant coach Jordan Brink. He has been money on challenges this year. So inbound comes to Brunson. He fumbled it out of bounds, so a rare turnover for the Knicks here. That is their ninth. So here's what also apparently happened on that play. After the whistle blew, the play continued in theory, and Messi or Murray got a tip-in layup. So they count that as continuation of the play, assuming play wouldn't have stopped had the whistle not blown. But kind of instead of who has clear possession after a challenge, it was a basket. So they gave that basket to the Pelicans. So it's 62-32 Knicks. In a closer game, that would be an interesting decision as Hart takes and makes it three from the far side, wing in transition, and the Knicks are back up by 33.
5 players now for the Knicks have gotten involved in the action from behind the three-point line.
And now Hart fouls Murphy, chasing him around the perimeter, and now he's barking at either the official or himself. And now he's talking toward the Pelicans TV broadcast table at the near sideline, which features Antonio Daniels, their color analyst. Green will inbound from the near sideline out to DeJounte Murray. Knicks 65, Pelicans 32. 9.5 to go in the third. Messi drives on Towns and stuffs it. What a first impression for this 20-year-old rookie out of Belgium, Yves Messi.
I can remember during draft preparation, Pascal Siakam, another player who grew up and is a byproduct of Cameroon, being a guy that Messi was compared to. I talked to Swing Cash, the VP of operations for the Pelicans, and she's like, sometimes he does stuff that I think even surprises himself. He's so talented.
He was born in Belgium, grew up in Cameroon, and then moved to the States for high school. Brunson missed a layup on the left side. Over on the right end, the lefty layup is good for DeJounte Murray. It's a 29-point.
So we got full court pressure from the Pelicans. Remember, we talked about them trying to make a push in this third quarter. That turnover a couple of possessions ago by Jalen Brunson was partly because C.J. McCollum was pressured up on him on the inbound baseline.
Towns, high side wing. Gets an open corner three for Bridges. It's good. Right in front of the Knick bench. That's a new Knick high. 5 made three-pointers from Mikal Bridges. He's got 19 points.
I don't think he's ever had as many open looks in a Knick uniform.
Right side drive for Murray. Missed the layup. Rebound tipped in by Misi. It's 68-38 Knicks with 8:15 to go. Third quarter action at Madison Square Garden.
Uh-oh.
Now technical foul called on the New Orleans bench. I don't know if it was on Zion Williamson or Brandon Ingram, but we've seen some images of them looking frustrated on the bench.
You caught more of that than I did. I just turned around and said, oh, somebody got teed up.
As one of the assistant coaches has been given the technical. Foul shot will be taken by Brunson to the basket to our left. He makes it, so he's 5 for 5 from the line tonight. I don't know if you can peg any of this 31-point deficit on officiating if you're New Orleans. But
Nope.
You
Good luck with that.
You can imagine as they're staring a potential 8th consecutive loss in the face, the frustration is at an all-time high.
You know, pre-game, Coach Willie Green was a lot about, okay, as we get our guys back and we practice and we get healthy, perhaps we can make a dent. While I do think that there's enough talent on this roster to get some wins, the problem is that the West standings don't do you any favors.
And Anunoby threw it away, hoping for Towns, but he got DeJounte Murray instead, and he makes a coast-to-coast layup. Back to a 29-point game, under 8 minutes left in the third. Brunson near midcourt, gets it to Bridges, hands back to Brunson left wing. He'll drive to the elbow, circles around McCollum, feeds a cutting Bridges, wide open righty layup. Mikal Bridges has 21.
The two of those guys have connected on that similar play twice now in today's contest.
Now you're seeing some hustle from Bridges picking up full court as the inbound is executed. Now they drop back. McCollum right wing. He'll drive center of the paint. Took a bump and scored. Brunson fouled him to a three-point play. That's 3 fouls on Brunson, and C.J. McCollum will get a free throw with the Pelicans down 29. Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Tradition sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Foul shot is good for McCollum. A frustrating first half for CJ. He was 3 of 12 from the floor, held to just 6 points. Starting 5 still on the floor for the Knicks, 71-43 New York with 7:15 to go in the third. Bridges hands to Hart, high side wing. Now back to midcourt for Brunson. Pick and slip with Towns. Pocket pass. Towns steps from the free throw line and scores and one. Got fouled by McCollum. And then he politely applauds the officials for finally giving him a call.
I literally was like, okay, so who was that applause for? But thank you for clarifying. Because when the 7-footer is demonstrating a golf clap in the middle of a basketball game, it's only to be interpreted in a facetious way.
It's the equivalent of Jalen Brunson yelling thank you out loud at a referee. Towns, another double-double, 11 points, 19 rebounds, 2 assists, plus a block and a steal. Foul shot is good. He's 5 for 5 from the stripe. As the Knicks extend the lead to 31. 7:02 to go in the third. McCollum straight away. Drives on Towns. Floater is good from the far side of the paint, but that's a tough shot over the 7-footer.
The Pelicans are taking it to the rim smartly.
Towns hard to let him get all the way in, but he still scored off the window. Pick and roll. Brunson Towns alley-oop, and he stuffs it from the near side of the rim.
We don't see too many of those, but when you see it, it's a good sight to see.
McCollum baseline drive, reverse layup goes from low to high. Back to a 29-point game.
But you notice the pace in this one, right? The Knicks score. C.J. McCollum, DeJounte Murray in particular, those two have not wasted any time getting the ball out of the net and going right back at this Knicks before the defense can be established.
So back to that lob, you just love showing the ability to do it, something that I'm sure defenses will have in the back of their minds now. Towns, step back three-pointer. He's feeling it, but missed it from the near side wing. Rebound DeJounte Murray, 6:10 to go in the third quarter. Murray drives on Brunson to the foul line, now steps to the dotted line. A fall-away right-hander rattles in. And the Pelicans are closer than they've been in a long time. It's 76-49 New York halfway through the third. Brunson trying to get New York back on the board. Tried to post up Trey Murphy, brings him back to the three-point line, far side wing. Feeds a cutting Bridges as he fought off 3 fouls, and Bridges scores.
Third time is still the charm. The first and second time were the charm as well, but I just love that play. Mikal Bridges cuts into the gap that's created when Jalen Brunson forces defenses to collapse.
Messi got free and stuffs it with 2 hands from just underneath the hoop. 78-51 Knicks. Mikal Bridges, a new Knick high, 23 points in 27 minutes so far.
Coach Tibbs looked down his bench. Juice McBride is hopping off the bicycle. Believe we're going to start to see some substitutions here soon.
Brunson hits his 3 from the far side wing over the 6'11" Messi, and Brunson's got 16.
Everybody loves a good rhythm game, and that's what this has been so far for the New York Knicks.
Brunson's 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. Murphy one arms a pass to Green on the right wing. He'll speed to the lane. Lost it, got it back, turns inside. Pump fake to get Towns off his feet, and he draws a foul on a missed layup. So 2 free throws coming for Javonte Green. And he's been pumping up his physicality and intensity all game. And that's why I think you have to appreciate this dominant Knicks effort. What made Charlotte so tough to beat is because they were full of Javonte Greens, guys who were getting an opportunity because of injuries, trying to prove themselves and earn a more consistent spot in the rotation. And that clearly affected the Knicks early. Today, no matter how hard these Pelicans are trying, the Knicks have stopped them at every pass, holding them to 2 for 21 from downtown. And they've opened up a 30-point lead, which will stay at 30 as Green rimmed out the first free throw. They will get Sims and McBride into the game for Towns and Hart. So Brunson, Bridges, Anunoby, McBride, and Sims.
I agree with your assessment of what happened in Charlotte, but I think mostly, again, I don't know about you, but I personally feel very rejuvenated being back in familiar quarters amongst my people, cooking my own food, although I could, whatever, cooking's whatever. Although I made a good breakfast this morning.
You could have brought some leftovers to the garden.
My bad.
Green misses the second free throw short, so he goes 0 for 2. Knicks ball from right to left. They lead by 30. Final 5 minutes of the third quarter. McBride will scamper to the far side elbow. Missed the pull-up jump shot. Offensive rebound, Jericho Sims. He's got 6 boards tonight. Now it's Brunson. Whips a pass near side break for Bridges. 3-pointer, too strong. Sims the offensive board and a put-back jam.
Knicks really getting some nice plays right at the rim here. That time, obviously, the offensive board put back, but we saw the lob to Cat a couple of possessions ago.
Murphy on the drive. Blocked from behind by Anunoby. OG has 4 blocks tonight. Ball went out of bounds. It'll stay with New Orleans with 12 to shoot. That matches a career high for OG Anunoby. Elfrid Payton looking to inbound. He'll find Murray. Baseline leaner from the right side. Missed it off the left rim. Rebound Bridges. Ahead to McBride. He'll race into the front court. Starts his dribble now at the far side wing, defended by Robinson Earl. Hand off to Sims. Got it back to McBride. He'll drive left side. Dishes to Brunson. 8 to shoot. Ducks inside. Took some contact. Kicked out to Anunoby. He'll take a straight line drive from the top of the key to the dotted line. Missed a fall away from just inside the free throw line. And now it's Murray on the race. 32-point Knick lead. Murray in the lane. Missed a righty layup with a good contest from OG Anunoby. And then he fouled Sims on the rebound.
A whole lot of good basketball things on that play. OG Anunoby did a really good job of playing sound defense. He jumped. He remained vertical. Didn't break that plane in terms of verticality. But I also think there was a strong take by DeJounte Murray and just a glimpse of why he was a very coveted point guard because of his size, his height, his length, his ability to be acrobatic in the air.
Yeah, the 2-year experiment with DeJounte Murray and Trae Young was canceled by Atlanta when they traded him to New Orleans this summer.
Well, speaking of Atlanta, though, they've kind of found their way a little bit as of lately.
They sure have. Although the Hornets gave him a tough test last night. Bridges hit another layup on the left side. And over on the right basket, 3-pointer is made by Trey Murphy. So he is 3 for 9 from downtown tonight. His teammates are 0 for 11. Bridges is red hot. He hits a 3 from the near side corner. Mikal Bridges is 6 of 10 from long range, and Knick high 28 points.
run it up and count them from Mikal Bridges behind the three-point line. It's a good sight to see.
They've run it up to 34 with 2:36 to go in the third quarter. Murphy missed a runner in the lane, got it back, and then got fouled on the putback. And that'll send us to the timeout as he'll take free throws on the other side of the break. 2:34 to go in the third. The Knicks are putting up historic numbers on both ends tonight. It's 88-54 over the Pelicans in Game 1 of a 4-game homestand at Madison Square Garden. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MST Radio Network.
Your basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking Spurs, and clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I'd say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Sirius XM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new Sirius XM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on Sirius XM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter. Haaland scored the hat-trick.
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on Sirius XM FC 157 and the all-new Sirius XM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on Sirius XM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the Sirius XM app.
SiriusXM NASCAR Radio congratulates Joey Logano, the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Joey Logano has won the NASCAR Championship race for the third time in his career.
That's free, baby! Woo!
That moment where the people that are there for you, no matter what, are there to celebrate with you. That's what makes it so special to win together.
Nobody better. Nobody. Let the celebration begin.
SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90.
Responsibly.
Knicks 88, Pelicans 54. Yes, it's been that kind of night for the Knicks. They've led by as many as 34, and they've trailed way back in the opening moments of this game by 1. That's when it was a 3-2 score for the Pelicans. And thanks in large part to a 33-10 lead after the first quarter and an NBA best 28 points allowed in the first half. The Knicks are on their way to what would be their 7th win in the last 9 games. Just before the break, we had a shooting foul called by Mikal Bridges on Trey Murphy. It's the first foul on Bridges, so Murphy's at the free throw line. The basket to our right. Pelicans in the dark blue and gold. Knicks in the City Edition whites with the double New York logo on the front. First foul shot is good, so it's 88-55. Bridges is the story. He has been the story the last couple of games, and not the reason you would like him to be. But today, he's the headliner for a good reason. 28 points on 11 of 17 from the floor, 6 of 10 from downtown, plus a block and an assist with 4 rebounds. Both free throws good. It's a 29-point Knick lead. It's McBride, Anunoby, Bridges, Payne, and Sims on the floor. Top of the key 3 from Cam Payne is good. He's shooting 50% since coming back from injury from downtown. He makes one there.
Have you noticed that Cameron Payne has a handshake with each of the guys?
I know he has a lot of them. Does he have one with Ariel Hukporti?
I only noticed it during the starting lineup because he has one through all 5. But I would not be surprised that he has one up and down the roster.
Does he have one with Rick Brunson?
Not a player.
Okay.
Also, Rick can be grouchy, so maybe not.
Does he have a handshake with you yet?
This is where this was going, right?
Oh.
You followed me. I got to get a handshake for 2025.
I'm still trying to get one from you. Elfrid Payton drives the right side of the lane. Good contest from Sims, and the layup was missed. Rebound tipped out to Mikal Bridges. 3-on-2 break. Hands to Payne. 3-pointer short. Offensive rebound Sims, and he draws a foul. And the Pelicans have just one more to give. Knicks 91, Pelicans 56 with 1:47 to go in the third. Of course, the 145-point effort they put together in Denver on Monday, that was the highest scoring output of the season. Don't know if they'll get to that number tonight. This feels equally as impressive as Bridges dribbles between his legs on the far side wing, knifes into the paint, tried to lob it for Sims, but he mistimed his jump. Either that or the pass was too high, but I've never seen an alley-oop pass too high for Jericho Sims.
Yeah, I think the angle was just a little bit off. Like Jericho would have smacked underneath the backboard if he had gone after that one.
Happens to me all the time.
Oh, I know.
Elfrid Payton on the drive threw it out of bounds as he tried to connect into the right corner with Trey Murphy. That's the 12th turnover for the Pelicans. Knicks have given it away just 11 times, although it's a high number for them. They are third in the NBA, limiting their turnovers to just 12.5 a night. 91-56 Knicks. 101 seconds to go in this third quarter. Even less than that, in fact. Approaching the final minute. Set a screen for Bridges near side wing. He'll dribble to the mid-range baseline. Drives, passes underneath to McBride. Shoveled it out to Anunoby, far side wing. 2 to shoot. Crosses over, steps back for a long 2. Back rim no good. Rebound Murray in the final minute of this third. Bounces a pass to Robinson Earl. Pump fake underneath the hoop. Throws it up. Missed. That's actually Trey Jemison just into the game in his second year out of UAB.
When he came in the ballgame, I was like, oh, all right, because I did not expect to see Trey Jemison in this ballgame. But Willie Green makes no bones about the injuries. And you'll hear any coach that's navigating a bunch of injuries. We heard it in Charlotte from Charles Lee. It provides an opportunity to give guys real valuable experience on the floor that they might not be able to get otherwise. So there's a silver lining to it.
6'11", 275-pounder is shooting 54% in the line this year, and Jemison misses the first. Josh Hart's going to check in for OG Anunoby. So here in the final minute of the third, it's McBride and Payne in the backcourt, Bridges and Hart on the wings, and Sims in the middle. Second foul shot too strong. Payne gets the rebound. 91-56 Knicks with 49 seconds to go in the third. What is Monica McNutt going to say on the court for MSG Networks in the postgame show tonight? Here's Bridges, jumps to pass, top of the key. Deuce McBride rattles out a 3. Offensive rebound, Hart rifles a pass near side corner. Bridges missed the 3-pointer on the right side of the rim. Robinson Earl leads the break for New Orleans from left to right. Hands to Payton with 16 to shoot and 22 to play. Dribbles at the O of New York at the center court logo. Watched by Payne. Screen from Jemison. Pick and roll. Pass was fumbled. 4-on-1 the other way for the Knicks. Payne, no-look pass to the right side for a cutting Josh Hart. And a right-hand layup is good. 93-56 Knicks. Murray. Ooh, long 3. Gets nothing but glass from the far side wing at the horn. And the dominance continues for New York. They've got a game-high 37-point lead after 3. 93-56 over the short-handed Pelicans. Fourth quarter is next. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, when deciding to take a charter bus, there's only one choice. That's Best Trails and Travel, New York City's premier charter bus company. Best Trails and Travel has the highest level of charter bus service in New York City and has been serving New York's leading corporations, professional sports teams, and private individuals for 30 years. They offer premier customer service and the newest fleet of buses in the industry. Whether you're traveling with family, friends, or colleagues, Best Trails and Travel guarantees you the ultimate traveling experience. Visit them at besttrailstravel.com or call 212-206-6974.
This is Jalen Brunson. I'll be driving to my games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me the all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing too. Just mention that I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory, great deals, and all new and used vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Jalen sent you.
Have you ever driven across the Whitestone Bridge and wondered who could possibly paint this? The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association. That's who. With our local 806 partners, members of the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association work hard to ensure New York City's bridges, roads, and rails are safe, beautiful, and ready for the future. You've seen our work. The New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association partnered with the New York Department of Transportation on the iconic Brooklyn Bridge, applying new coatings seen by thousands of people and captured in selfies every day. That's just one of the many pieces of iconic steel structures that the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association has helped revitalize. Every day you see subway stops, bridges, highway ramps, and steel structures restored and painted by us. We're the New York Structural Steel Painting Contractors Association, adding a little color to the Big Apple. To learn more about our association and career opportunities, visit nySSPCA.net.
Knicks 93, Pelicans 56. And Willie Green in his 4th year for New Orleans. He's opened up the bench a little bit. They brought in seldom used big man Trey Jemison III out there with James Robinson Earl, Antonio Reeves, Brandon Boston, and Elfrid Payton.
A lot of youth out there, particularly with Reeves and Boston. Jemison as well, actually. Only a second-year guy. Those other two guys, rookies.
Knicks have McBride, Payne, Bridges, Hart, and Sims. From right to left they go. Catch and shoot three from Bridges. He stays red hot. Nails one from the far side wing. 7 for 12 from downtown. He's got 31 points.
He's having a career night. And pardon me, Brandon Boston's not a rookie. I keep getting him mixed up with another kid. He's a third-year guy.
Out of Kentucky, averaging a career high, 11.5 a game. He's a Pelicans rookie, though. Spent the first 3 years of his career with the Clippers. Knicks back to work from right to left on the other end. They're up 96-56, a 40-point lead early fourth quarter. Baseline drive for Bridges, and he's fouled by Jemison, who hooked him and wouldn't let him go. Bridges winds up on the floor. That's one of those non-basketball plays that is sometimes called a flagrant foul.
There's a tug of the jersey, which makes this a little bit extra, because I was actually going to defend Jemison for a second, but now we're getting multiple looks at it. Yeah, there's a tug of the jersey. There's frustration there, a little extra, but nothing called on the floor.
I don't know what he's frustrated about. He's played 6 minutes tonight.
Well, you know, the culmination of being smacked by 40 points.
That's fair. Driving kick from McBride to Bridges. Keeps it moving far side wing Payne. A driving floater misses off the glass. Rebound to Robinson Earl. Reeves on the hop from left to right. Layup blocked off the backboard, but a goaltend on Sims.
Did he hit his head on the cylinder?
Probably. That's what he was worried about on the alley-oop attempt last quarter.
Oh, my goodness. Jericho Sims, what a tremendous athlete he is. He has to duck his head out of the way.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, he looks like the guy from High School Musical who says, got to get your head in the game.
He does. Oh, my gosh. Tyler.
So got to get your head out of the rim as well. Here is McBride. You've never thought of that before?
You also remember Justin from, like, the first year of American Idol? Justin and Kelly?
Yeah, the guy who lost.
Yeah, he looks like him, too.
Can't get there. Corbin Blue all the way. From Justin to Kelly, no. There is Boston with a drive on the right side. Right-hand layup is good. It's 96-60 if you haven't guessed. Based off American Idol and High School Musical making its way to the broadcast.
Look at that.
10:20 to go. Josh Hart drives and kicks far side corner Payne. And a floater is good from 11 feet far side of the paint. Payne gives the Knicks a 38-point lead. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Best Trails and Travel as we move along here in the fourth quarter. Some interesting scores around the league relative to the three teams currently ahead of the Knicks in the Eastern Conference standings as Robinson Earl makes a reverse layup off a feed from Brandon Boston underneath the hoop. 98-62 Knicks. 2 minutes and change gone by here in the fourth. Bridges gets to Sims. He'll turn and bounce one toward the hoop, but then he stops and gets it to Hart near. Picked up by Jemison off the dribble corner. Three is good from Josh Hart. Impressive bucket from downtown. His second three-pointer gives him 12 points.
He's ended up in the first row with some Knicks fans.
Boston misfires on a right wing three. Rebound fumbled by Sims, but McBride has the loose ball. He'll dribble to the far side wing. It's 101-62 Knicks. McBride gets a handoff from Sims. They'll pick and roll to the dotted line. Goes deuce, and the left-hand floater is good. It's 103-62.
Well, we know the Knicks are averaging about 117 points on the season. They've been terrific offensively, and so this is on par with that. But I agree with you. Even though this is a team that is struggling to find offense, I am impressed with holding this team to 60 points at the start, 62 points at the start of this fourth quarter.
Payne fouled Boston on a dunk attempt, so 2 free throws for Brandon Boston at the basket to our right. That is the tough thing, though, about trying to figure out if this Knicks defense is going to eventually take to be championship level. They're 23rd in defense right now. They're going to bounce up into the top 20 simply because the Pelicans are not having a good night. They're 3 for 24 from downtown. And the applause you're hearing is for some seldom used Knickerbockers, including promising rookie Ariel Hukporti, the 7-footer from Germany, and Matt Ryan, the local kid from New Rochelle, 3-point specialist. And a loud round of applause for Josh Hart, but specifically Mikal Bridges, who will likely be done tonight with 31 points, a new Knick high, and a Knick best 7 made 3-pointers on 12 shots.
This is really exciting as Josh Hart, or excuse me, Mikal Bridges, rather, has been lights out from behind the 3-point line.
And the 7 made threes also ties a career high, not just with the Knicks. Cam Payne for 3, rattles out a triple from the top of the key, rebound tipped out of bounds. So it is Payne and McBride in the backcourt. You've got 2 bigs out there, Hukporti and Sims. And then at the 3 is Matt Ryan.
So before that rousing standing ovation, as we're getting a look at some other Knicks, you started talking about that defensive rating thing as Elfrid Payton gets a floater to fall in the paint. The Nuggets obviously won the year that their defensive rating was 15th. The lowest that a champion has been was the 2001 Lakers when they were ranked 22nd. Now, mind you, that's as far as the stat goes back. But I'm with you in terms of watching the growth of this New York Knicks defense.
Hukporti, a strong drive. He got fouled from the near side, and Ariel Hukporti will take 2 free throws. You said 2000 and 2001 Lakers?
Lakers. The defensive efficiency stat has only been available in the play-by-play era, which is 1996 and 1997. So that is the lowest. Ranked 22nd.
That was a year where the Lakers swept the Blazers in the first round, then the Kings in the second round. Wow, and then the Spurs in the Western Conference Finals. They were just that good at offense. I was going to surmise that, maybe the Lakers weren't even the best team that year. But that was the following season when it took them 7 games to beat the Sacramento Kings.
Which is, you know what, as we dig into that some, it's such an interesting point because it feels like the rules have changed since then in favor of offense.
Oh, yeah. And the skill of the players, too, as Payton drives on the right side, blocked out of bounds. Meanwhile, Hukporti missed the first free throw and made the second, so he's on the board. It's 104-66 Knicks with 8:02 to go in the fourth quarter. This was the score we expected on Friday afternoon in Charlotte.
Oh, wow, you had high hopes for that one.
Okay.
I didn't quite expect this.
I did not
But I did not expect it to be as close as it ultimately was either.
You're right. I did not expect a 38-point lead in the fourth quarter. But I even more did not expect a 1-point win.
1-point final. How dramatic was that last basket, too?
It rolled a 3 for a full 2.5 seconds, which expired the final ticks on the horn. And Boston connects on a 3 from the right wing over Matt Ryan. So it's 104-69 Knicks with 7:45 to go in the fourth.
I actually like the idea of this, too, with Sims and Hukporti on the court.
Yeah, this matchup could tangle with the 2001 Los Angeles Lakers, the double big. Payne hoped for an alley-oop, but threw it away. It was picked off by Jamal Cain just into the game on a 2-way deal. Third year out of Oakland University, which is in Michigan. Boston crosses over. Fall-away jumper from inside the foul line is too strong. Rebound Payne. From right to left come the Knicks. Draining the clock here. Such a lopsided game that not even Tom Thibodeau can keep the starters in early in the fourth as Matt Ryan missed a corner 3 from the near side. Offensive rebound Sims. Nearly threw it away, but it's tipped out to McBride. There it goes Sims. 10 rebounds tonight. 3 to shoot for McBride. Crosses over Kane on the near side wing. Drives the lane. Blocked from behind by Karlo Matkovic, the rookie from Bosnia who just came in. Ball went out of bounds, and the clock will stop, and so will play. 0.2 on the shot clock. We're going to take a break, but first let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. "31 points from Mikal Bridges. The Knicks have a 104-69 lead with 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter." You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hear basketball talk with the passion you deserve on NBA Today.
We got Sean Elliott here talking Spurs, and clearly when we talk about you guys, the main reason we're talking about you is because of Victor. What is it about his personality that tells you that he can develop the right way and be an all-time great?
I'd say that he's got a little bit of that Kobe mentality. Not even a little bit, a lot.
NBA Today, weekdays from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on SiriusXM NBA Radio, Channel 86, and the all-new SiriusXM app.
The UEFA Champions League is back on SiriusXM FC, and this year it's bigger than ever.
Absolutely ridiculous from Real Madrid. Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
Now, with more matches featuring soccer's most iconic clubs as they battle it out for European supremacy.
What a start for Inter! Haaland scored the hat-trick!
From the league phase to the final, the Champions League is on SiriusXM FC 157 and the all-new SiriusXM app.
This is Dave LaGreca, creator of the biggest pro wrestling show on the planet, Busted Open. Don't miss myself and my Hall of Fame cast and crew as we break down every story in and out of the ring and talk to the top names in the business, like the legend himself, The Undertaker.
I'm actually glad to be on a real show.
Catch Busted Open live every day from 9 to noon Eastern on SiriusXM Fight Nation, channel 156, and on the SiriusXM app.
SiriusXM NASCAR Radio congratulates Joey Logano, the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Joey Logano has won the NASCAR Championship race for the third time in his career.
Hey, baby! Woo!
That moment where the people that are there for you, no matter what, are there to celebrate with you. That's what makes it so special to win together.
Nobody better. Nobody.
Let the celebration begin.
SiriusXM NASCAR Radio Channel 90.
6:47 to go in the fourth quarter here at Madison Square Garden. And as Pat O'Keefe said in our halftime show, the Knicks are happy to be home. They've got a 104-69 lead over the Pelicans. It's Knicks ball operating at the basket to our left. Campaign will inbound from the baseline. Inbound alley-oop play, left-hand jam, Huck Porty. What an athlete. 106-69 Knicks.
Woo, buddy.
The Knicks have McBride, Ryan, Payne, Sims, and Huck Porty on the floor. A bench emptying decision for Tom Thibodeau. And it's the only decision to make in a game like this, as Boston is fouled on a drive by Deuce McBride on the pass, so no foul shots for him. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have a walk-off player interview. We'll check in with Pat O'Keefe and get Monica McNutt's final thoughts.
What are my final thoughts?
Well,
I think I've got final thoughts already.
Well, I don't think they've been formulated yet. What if Matt Ryan goes off for 9 threes in the fourth and earns a rotation spot? Boston drives and got fouled by Huck Porty, so you still need time to think about it.
That could alter my final thoughts, but as it stands presently, I've got final thoughts locked up.
The chants we were hearing were "We want Tyler," and so Kolek.
Is that were those the chants, huh? Your dream chant?
Kolek, Monica, not Murray.
Oh, okay.
He's going to come in for Deuce McBride. It gives him an absolutely clean tap on his way onto the floor. Great job by Tyler Kolek. Boston hits the first free throw, so it's Kolek, Payne, Ryan, Sims, and Huck Porty.
This is really great stuff. These are quality minutes for these young guys. And to your point, if somebody goes off on a heater in the next 6:23, it will be the talk of the postgame.
It was a small but nice story on social media yesterday where Tyler Kolek, after the 11-day road trip and the flight home from Charlotte, he went right to the Knicks training facility and watched the Westchester Knicks play a game. Very supportive teammate. Hakim Dadier debuted for the Westchester Knicks earlier today, scored 12 points. Campaign, straight line drive, missed the floater. Offensive rebound, Huck Porty, but he's blocked.
That is just been a great teammate of the whole franchise by Kolek. Good stuff.
Kane gets to the baseline. He hits a mid-range jump shot over Ryan. Tough bucket. It's 106-73 Knicks, just over halfway through the fourth quarter. Kolek with turquoise shoes drives baseline and scores with the left hand. It's 108-73.
I do need a tight shot of those kicks because I'm trying to figure out what shoes he has on.
If you don't know, then I certainly do not. There's Reeves on the drive, right side, missed it short. Rebound tipped out to Ryan. Outlet it to Kolek. Steps to the left wing, feeds Ryan. Three-pointer is good. Catch and shoot from Matt Ryan.
It's great stuff by Matt Ryan. He's a guy that is truly grateful for each and every moment. After that first game in the Garden where he hit a three, I bumped into him on the way to the plane. He's like, I never wanted that game to end. And now he's back with more opportunity.
Kane misfires on a three from the right corner. Offensive rebound. Matkovic missed the putback. Rebound Hukporti, and he got tied up with Jemison. They called Jemison for the foul. That's the third in the fourth quarter on the Pelicans. Hey, you love that from Matt Ryan. He's now 2 for 6 from downtown, obviously in limited time. And the only downside of this blowout is that Adam Sandler has left the building.
He is making his way out. Ben Stiller's still sitting in his seat, though, for now.
What is your favorite Adam Sandler movie, Monica McNutt?
Oh, man.
You can think about it during this possession as Kolek.
So I got it. Honestly, I know this is one of his laters, but it cracks me up, and I think it's getting funnier as I get older and closer to being a parent. We're grown-ups.
I've never seen it.
Oh, Tyler.
Ryan, it's a tough three from the near side corner. He was fading to the baseline, but buried it anyway.
The Knicks are 3-point wasted, and you don't even know what that means.
You're not wrong. There is a missed layup on the right basket from Boston. Jacob Toppin has checked into the game as the Knicks lead 114-73 with 4.5 to go in the fourth. Kolek pump faked a three on the near side wing. He'll drive on the taller Jemison. Lefty layup was blocked. He thought he got fouled. This ball picked up by Reeves. What is 3-point wasted while we have time? Pass to the foul line, batted away by Sims. He'll take it the other way. One dribble and then a handoff to Kolek. Nobody picked him up. He'll feed it to Hukporti. Gets it over to Sims. Now back up top for Kolek, who got bumped by Boston, and we're ready for the
All right,
answer.
so there's a scene in Grown Ups where the adults are talking about getting wasted in front of the kids, but kids are
I don't know what that
naturally
means.
curious. You know what that means. Of course we don't.
Okay.
And so the kids are like, what's wasted? And the dads have to explain it as too much. I think they just say too much of a good thing. And so then the kids are like, I want to get chocolate wasted, like on ice cream.
Oh, I've heard about that. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's good.
Well,
It's
so
good
the
fun.
answer to the question I asked you, what is the best Adam Sandler movie, is Happy Gilmore.
I knew you were going to say that, but that's not my personal,
No, I
jam.
It's subjective. Ryan missed a three. Jericho Sims got the rebound, tried to cross over Matkovic, almost got to the cup, but lost it at the last minute. And on the other end, Jamal Kane, it's a right-hand layup to bring it to 114-75 Knicks with 3:45 to go in the game.
Tyler Kolek is bringing the ball across half court. And our fearless producer, Ray Santiago, solved the riddle of what shoes he has on. He's rocking the All-Pro Nitro Mexico City Game 2024 men's Puma basketball shoes.
Ryan misses a three straight away. Rebound Jemison. Yeah, I'm wearing something similar. I think these shoes are called black
dress shoes.
Just black.
Get out of here.
with laces, yeah. 3:12 to go in the fourth quarter. 114-77 Knicks. Now Ryan throws it away. Kane with the intercept and a coast-to-coast jam. There's some predictable sloppiness as the benches have been emptied for honestly the longest amount of time I can remember in 5 years with Tom Thibodeau.
Whoa, I don't. Yeah, that well.
This season for sure. You thought I was
This
going
season
to
for sure.
Alley-oop to Sims. Good feed from Tyler Kolek. And it's 116-79 New York.
This is a great game. The starters and the rotation guys that are firmly planted in the rotation did what they were supposed to do tonight. Open this thing wide open so that you get a fourth quarter of your backups.
Kane drives down the middle of the defense, but he's stopped by Ryan in the lane. Still hits a fall away from 10 feet. Good showing from Jamal Kane in limited time off the bench. He's got 10 points in 6 minutes. 116-81 Knicks, 2:17 to go in the fourth. Hukporti, one dribble out high, passes to a cutting Ryan. Left-hand layup is good. Points in 7 minutes off the bench. And a timeout from Willie Green with 2:06 to play. The Knicks have a 181 lead on the Pelicans. 31 points from Mikal Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns had 17 rebounds in the first half. Everything clicking for the Knicks, and they're on their way to their 7th win in the last 9 games. 2:06 to go. We'll take one last break. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Connection, opportunity, possibility. It's what we all want. Spectrum has built a world where anything is possible, with products and services designed to work better together for a seamless connectivity experience. A connection to family and friends, a connection to education, and a connection to new opportunities. So there's no limit to how big we can dream. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, it's John Starks from Starks Florida, Queens. Now with 2 great locations, Woodside and Jamaica. Take a listen to some of these great slam dunk deals.
Lease a Bronco Sport for $288 per month for 36 months, or a 25 Explorer for $388 per month for 24 months, both with $46.90 due at signing. Plus, we have 0% APR up to 72 months. No security deposit required. Excludes tax, title, and ND fees. APR upon approved credit on select models. Expires November 30th.
Starks Florida, Queens, where New York goes.
Get a double-digit bonus exclusively for Knicks fans from Food Bazaar Supermarket. Take $10 off of your order of $50 or more when you shop online at shop.foodbazaar.com. Plus, your first delivery is free. Go to shop.foodbazaar.com and use promo code FANSGET10 for the largest selection of international foods, an all-star lineup of the freshest meat, seafood, and produce, and $10 off of your first order of $50. Use promo code FANSGET10 at shop.foodbazaar.com.
Final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. It's 118-81. Knicks lead the Pelicans. They've been absolutely dominant with the lead as big as 41 points. They're doing a celebrity row on the video board, so I'm a little bit distracted. It's Tim Thomas, New York Knicks alum. And they also have the guy here who played the lead detective in the Halle Berry Catwoman movie, one of the silliest movies of all time.
Oh, okay.
Look up the basketball scene if you want a laugh. 118-81. Pelicans ball in the dark blue and gold from left to right. Pass to Jemison. Good hop-step power move, but missed a right-hand layup. Rebound Hukporti, outlet to Ryan, who took a tumble at midcourt through some contact. Lost the ball, no call. Reeves gets loose for a far corner 3. Missed it too strong. Rebound Sims. It's been a garden party tonight, Monica.
Yeah, and I can't help but look ahead to the rest of the schedule for the week. While the Knicks, I'm sure, are thrilled to be home versus Orlando on Tuesday, Charlotte on Thursday, and then Detroit on Saturday, Orlando's going to pose a real challenge. So this is great to get your starters off the floor and get a little bit of rest going into that one.
And I think a lot of folks wrote off the Magic after Paolo Banchero was injured as Kolek misses a left wing 3. They've won 6 in a row, including one earlier today against the Nets. Boston drives the paint after hitting a layup on the previous possession. He got fouled by Hukporti with 1:13 to go.
Anthony Black, Jet Howard, Franz Wagner. Woo! All those young fellas. Jamal Mosley's got them rocking and rolling.
They are currently the 3 seed, 2 games ahead of the Knicks. Well, at this exact moment, 2.5 games up, but the Knicks will trim it to 2. And if for nothing else but to figure out when and where the Knicks will play over the next week and a half, that game against Orlando on Tuesday will determine if they're in the NBA Cup elimination round or not. Jacob Toppin with some fancy dribbling to get across midcourt and away from Brandon Boston. Picks up his dribble near elbow, whips a pass across the defense to the high side wing for Kolek. He'll drive to the middle of the paint, lefty floater, air ball, good contest from Markovic, fighting for the rebound. He worked it free for Jericho Sims. He'll kick near side corner to Ryan. Sets up Toppin for a left wing 3. Too strong. Rebound batted up and into the hands of Jemison with 43 seconds left. Knicks by 33. After the first 5 minutes of the game, this was never in doubt, looking back on it.
A wire-to-wire victory, baby.
They led by 12 at the midway point of the first, and it never got closer than that. Just unbelievable dominance in this game. Drive and kick from Toppin is stolen. It frees up Naktovic, who tried to jam
goodness
it.
Gracious.
And he got rejected by the rim. All the way on the other end, Toppin was wide open for a three from the high side wing, but he will make the veteran move and let the clock run out as Knicks fans get to their feet and applaud the most dominant win we've seen this year, maybe anywhere in the NBA. After leading by as many as 41, the Knicks polished Pelicans 118-85 to get their 7th win in the last 9 games.
What a terrific team effort on both sides of the ball. Yeah, you're running into a hobbled Pelican squad, but you leave no doubt by being assertive on the defensive end, holding this team well under 100 points, and then you share the sugar as a squad. Multiple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double-digit scorers, and you get even more guys into the scoring column. That magic number 30 assists, the 8